Hi everybody, Elizabeth here at Petals and Parchment. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is week 25 of the Reflective Rolodex challenge. Each week we delve deep into our art practices, learn new techniques, and try to focus on mindfulness and gratitude in the process. Before we get started, I'd like to go ahead and light a candle just to sort of set a calming atmosphere for myself. I'm usually filming this right after my hectic work week at my 9-to-5 job, so this is a good opportunity for me to relax and be inspired with you. If you've been here before, you know that I like to encourage us to take a few deep breaths before getting started to sort of release any tension that we might be holding on to for the week and to get into a good creative headspace. I'd like to invite you to join me, if you're feeling comfortable, to close your eyes and take a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Get ready to connect to and express your emotions. Take a big deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. How are you feeling today? Scan your body for any troublesome spots and consciously try to relax them. Let's try to move away from our stress response by forgetting perfectionism. Allow ourselves to play. Take a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Be open and be present and be willing to explore. Take one more big deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. I hope you're feeling a little bit better and eager to begin. Let's get started. Wow. Week 25 already of the Reflective Rolodex. We are just cruising along and we are in week 3 of the June journaling prompts. This week centers on inner journeys, and I've chosen to discuss my inner compass. What is guiding me when I step into the unknown? This says specifically what values guide me when stepping into the unknown. Right now, we've had some unexpected changes happening in our household. We're going to be looking for a new home to live in. We've only been in this current home for about a year and a half, and the HOA is just really problematic, and they're pushing some things that we're not able to do, so we just have to cut our losses and move. We're considering going back to renting, but it is just a great unknown. This house we bought sight unseen from another state. We had my parents come take a look at it for us and sort of did everything remote and ended up getting stuck with a lemon and possibly victims of a real estate scheme, but that's a whole other subject. So anyways, we're currently looking to get out of our home and find some place that suits us as a family. We're a little bit more familiar with the city now since we have been here about a year and a half, so that's an advantage. That's something that I'm taking with me as I navigate this unknown situation. Where are we going to end up? We gave it a really valiant effort. Be looking forward to the time where we can get out of this house, but we have moved probably 10 times in the last 10 years, maybe more. It's too much. It's a lot. I don't like moving. We seem to do it a lot. My poor husband and I are just already exhausted from all of our regular commitments, and so journeying into this unknown, we just are holding each other's hands and grasping on tightly, and we're just gonna grind our teeth and get get through it. And I think with regard to the inner compass, what guides you as you step into the unknown, having found my life partner, my best friend, Mr. Handsome. It's somebody that you can walk into these situations with, who has your back wholeheartedly and completely, and you have theirs, and you'll just make it work together. I mean, everything that we've done in the past 10 years is a testament to we can do whatever we put our minds to. We've lived in 4 different states in that time, and we're raising an incredible daughter and showing up every day and being accountable and working through the hard things and loving each other in the process and forgiving each other. That's a big one. So those are some things that are guiding me as I'm stepping into the unknown. Wish me luck. I don't know what the future holds. I am very much a creature of habit and someone who likes things to remain the same, and it just feels like they never do, and I have to learn to be okay with that. So while I'm not going on any cruises or jet setting to far off locales, I am having an adventure with my family, and I'm hoping that the next place that we find is going to be just perfect for us, and we can finally put down some roots and stay there more than a year or 2 and just really settle in to our lives here and enjoy each other and this new chapter in our lives. So cheers to some adventure. So go ahead and look over the prompts, see if there's anything that's speaking to you that you want to write about, journal about. You could collage about it, just think about it and toss it over in your mind while you're crafting. You don't have to do any of these. Don't even worry about it if you don't want to. Skip this part. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so this is gonna be really fun, I think. I hope. I have seen this done and I've never tried it before, so I'm gonna do it here with you today. So you're gonna want to get yourself like a shallow dish. It could be plastic or glass, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then I've got some foam shaving cream here. It's very important that it is foam shaving cream, not the gel. Going to just spray a tiny bit here in my dish. You could go to town and fill up the whole dish with a layer if you'd like, but I don't have a whole bunch of time tonight, so I'm going to start with a little bit and then maybe I'll save it for later and come back to it at some other point. So you can use like the end of your paintbrush or a chopstick or a dowel or some other tool to spread out the shaving cream in the bottom of your container here. Okay, and I put down my silicone mat so that I could make a little bit of a mess, but I don't like to be messy, so I do try to keep it a little bit clean. But then I've got some fun things here, so my thought was I could do a mixed media marbling effect. I always see people do this with like watercolor paints, or you can use food dye. You could use paint, although that will give you a different result. So I've grabbed a couple of things. I'm gonna try to mix them and see what kind of results we can get doing that. So I've got my turquoise acrylic ink here. I've got a Kitsch Flamingo Distress Spray and also a mustard seed distress spray, and then I've got the whole set of Ranger alcohol inks in like a rainbow of colors. And then just for giggles, I also have Lindy's Magicals, and so these are like a pigment powder and then they sort of bloom in liquid. So I also have some water. I'm gonna try to bloom them and just see what happens, and then we'll go from there. Another item that I have is just this empty gift card that I received. I just always keep these because when you put the colors in and you swirl them around, you're gonna dip your card in and then you need something to scrape it off. If you don't have one of these cards, you can just use a piece of cardboard or a squeegee if you have one. That will work. So first step is I'm going to just start dropping some pretty colors right into the shaving cream. And this month is about adventure. What I'm going to do is just put colors that make me happy and go from there. Probably summer colors, I guess, would be appropriate here in the northern hemisphere. For me, I'm in summer mode, but feel free to use whatever colors are speaking to you. This is alcohol ink. So far I've got distress sprays, alcohol ink, and acrylic ink. So let's go ahead and try a little bit of these magicals. Oh, very sparkly. Ooh, let's see what happens. Okay, should I bloom it with some water? What do you think? I'm gonna go for it. Okay, can you see what's happening here? I am just playing. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we're gonna find out together. I think I'm just gonna do some up and down swirling back and forth like this until I'm happy with the pattern. Okay, let's see how we do. Here we go. And then I'm just gonna lift it up. Okay, this is what I got so far. I'm gonna move this out of the way, set this down, and I actually want to set it the other way so that when I scrape, maybe I'll catch this empty corner with some paint. Whoa, cool. Look at this. You guys, I'm obsessed. Look how cool that looks. I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry. Okay, so now that we have this awesome background, let's move on to the next step. Okay, I grabbed a few supplies, including some stamps and a couple of ink colors that made me happy, and a stencil and some texture paste. Okay, so the first step is just to add some background stamping. So I'm gonna do these mixed media looking dots of different sizes, and I'm gonna do that in the purple. Okay, so this is what it looks like after adding some purple dots in the background. And then I've just got this like cute little heart stamp that I'm going to stamp all over the place just because. Okay, and then I'm going to take my stencil and find the spot that I want here, and then I just have this palette knife and my texture paste. It doesn't take very much, and I'm just going to go through here and put some texture paste on top of this for some added interest. And that's sort of mixed with the colors from the shaving cream, so it sort of tinted my texture paste, which was a surprise because I was thinking it would be white, but it turned a little blue and kind of green, so that looks really pretty still. And I was really hoping for that white, and then I was going to use some pink distress sprays to sort of highlight that, but now I'm thinking I want white. The tiniest drop of paint right here, and then I'm just gonna spray it with my water to get loosey-goosey, and then put my fan brush in it and try to get it splashable. Okay, that helped a little bit, and now I'm gonna come in with the pink and splash that as well, and then I'm going to pick it up and tip it and see if I can get it to drip. I cannot, so I'm gonna try to spray it. I hope I don't regret this. Yeah, okay, and then I'm just gonna spray a little bit of water to dilute that a little bit and let it run off. And I'm getting it all over my wall. Okay, this is what the card looks like so far. I'm very pleased with it. It's quite summery and fabulous. So all we have to do is add a focal point and a sentiment, and we'll be good to go. I'm using this feathery textured paper in my stash to cut out this rustic heart, and it's got the feel of fabric, so that kind of covers my textile. And then I have heart wide open, and that's because While we're looking for a new place, I'm trying to keep an open mind and an open heart so that we can be guided to choosing the right place. We're sort of batting 0 for 10. We had one nice place, but it was in the middle of nowhere, and so there was just absolutely nothing to do. And we didn't know anybody in town, so we had to leave. I'm just going to ink around the sentiment just to help it stand out a little bit and glue these elements down. So if you'd care to, say a little prayer for my family and wish us luck as we go on this adventure together. Here's my card. I hope you enjoyed this fun process with me. I hope you give it a try. This mixed media marbling technique. If you end up doing this, I would love it if you'd pop over to the Facebook group and show me yours. I would love to see if you try this. Anyway, this was super fun, and this is definitely a technique that I'll be revisiting again soon. I hope you have a great crafty weekend. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!